What's up, brand builders? Stephen Hurahan here at brandmasteracademy.com, and in this video I'm going to give you an introduction to digital marketing so you can step back from all of the overwhelm of channel and platform analysis and get some clarity on how to grow your brand. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands that go beyond those visuals using strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to fast track your results, make sure you grab the Pro Brand Strategy Blueprint. The link is in the description. Now, the term digital marketing can be pretty intimidating, especially for newbie entrepreneurs. And I remember me personally, myself, when I became a freelancer and I realized that I needed to start marketing myself, I started to look towards digital marketing, and I never really had the full picture. I picked up bits and pieces here and there about social media marketing, about SEO, about content marketing, but never really had any clarity of what I should do, when I should do it. So I decided to learn a bit more. I really decided to dig deep on it. So I went back to school so I could get myself the full picture. So what exactly is digital marketing? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's delivering your brand's message through digital communication in order to influence your audience's perceptions about your brand. And that's it. That's all digital marketing is. It's about influencing your audience's perceptions with your brand message through digital communication. Now, a lot of people associate marketing and digital marketing with advertising and believe that they're one and the same thing. And I know this because that's how I used to look at them. I used to believe that advertising and marketing were the same thing and that those words were used interchangeably. But advertising involves paying for the privilege of putting your message in front of somebody else's audience. You pay whoever has that audience, whether it be TV or radio or Facebook or Google, you pay them for the privilege to put your message in front of them. But there's a lot more to marketing than just advertising. You have SEO, you have content marketing, you have email marketing. So it's important to understand that marketing and advertising are not the same thing. And just because you're going to market your business, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be going out and paying for ads. So it's important to make that distinction early on so you have clarity in what marketing and digital marketing actually is. Now, there are a lot of digital marketing platforms and channels, and you don't really have many brands that would use all marketing channels and all platforms. And even those that do, use them in very different ways. These channels and these platforms, they're just tools. They're just tools to get your message out into the marketplace. And knowing how to use those tools is really the key to marketing. It's really the key to digital marketing and a digital marketing strategy. You need to understand what tools are available to you and how to use those tools to get the most out of your digital marketing efforts. So I want to give you 4 questions that you can use. And if you answer these questions, that will bring clarity to what digital marketing actually is and how you can use it to grow your own brand. Question number 1, what is your goal? Now, the obvious answer here is more sales. Every entrepreneur is going to answer that question of what is your digital marketing goal with more sales. But you need to get a lot more clarity in terms of what your goals and what your sub goals are for any kind of digital marketing efforts, because it's through this clarity that you can define a strategy. So you really need to understand exactly what you want to achieve from any digital marketing efforts. Do you want to grow your brand awareness? Do you want to generate more leads? Do you want to grow your email list? You might want to do all of those things, but where are you going to focus your efforts first and foremost? So it's really important that you have that clarity and that you know what your goals are. Question number 2, where is your audience? Now, there's this old belief that you need to be everywhere, and that if you are everywhere, then your audience is going to see you time and again. You'll have more touch points. But the reality is you don't need to be everywhere. And certainly if you're starting off and you're a small business and your resources are limited, then being everywhere is going to dilute any efforts. You need to focus in on exactly where your audience is, and more specifically, where they're going to engage with you, where they're going to be more open to you. So if you decide that you're going to be on Facebook, if you're going to use Facebook ads, when are they going to see your message? Where are they going to be? Are they going to be on their lunch break or on a bus or sitting down after their dinner in the evening? And if they're in that environment, are they going to be open to your messaging at that point? And what type of messaging would they be open to at that point as well. So it's really important that you understand not only where your audience is, but what they're open to at what point in time. And that will really help you to define the messages that go into each and every tactic and technique that you want to use. So it's really important here that you understand who your audience is and where they are. And in understanding where they are and the environment that they're in at the time, that will help you to understand what they need from you at that point. Question number 3, what is your message? Now, this is not actually defined within the digital marketing or marketing strategy itself. It's defined within the brand strategy. And it's absolutely critical here that you know who your audience is and the position that you want to own in their mind. So what image do you want your audience to have about your brand? Because when you know that, when you know the image that you want to own in their mind and you know what you want them to think about your brand, then you can define the method for your message and how you're going to deliver those messages. Question number 4, how will you engage? Now, there are many channels and platforms out there, but in reality, they're all just tools for you to engage your audience. But before you define what tools you're going to use to engage your audience, you need to know how you're going to engage with them. And it's really important here to understand first who your audience is, as you've defined earlier, and the position that you want to own in their mind and that image that you want them to have about your brand. But when you have that, then you can define how you're going to engage with them, where you're going to engage with them, and what they need from your brand in that moment. So this is a really important step to really define how you want to engage with your audience so you can influence their perceptions about your brand. Now, look, digital marketing is pretty broad. There are a lot of channels, a lot of platforms, a lot of tactics, and you can get caught in the weeds a bit if you don't really have clarity on what digital marketing is all about before the get-go. And by answering all of these questions, it will really help you to understand really on a high level what you're trying to achieve from your digital marketing efforts. And many business owners and entrepreneurs make this mistake. They go straight into the tactics and straight into the channels and the platforms without really taking a step back and looking at their digital marketing efforts and their digital marketing strategy from a 10,000 foot view. And if you answer these questions, if you take the time to define exactly who you're trying to meet out there in the marketplace and what they're looking for from your brand, then that will give you clarity as you define your digital marketing strategy as you go forward. But I would love to hear from you about where you are at the moment in terms of defining your digital marketing strategy. Have you gone straight into tactics and have you watched loads of videos on Facebook ads and SEO and email marketing without really taking the time to step back and understand what you're trying to achieve and exactly how you're going to achieve it? And that's the mistake that so many people make. But I would love to hear about your experiences in the comments below, or any challenges that you might have in understanding how to define your digital marketing efforts and how to develop out a strategy. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. It'll let you know when I've got new videos coming out. If you want actionable brand strategy tips and techniques, head on over to BrandMasterAcademy.com. Get yourself signed up for the list. It is free and it keeps some exclusive content for that list as well. And if you want to build brands from scratch, if you want to build brand strategies from scratch, there's a pro brand strategy blueprint there that will help you do that. All you need to do is jump on there and download it. But as I said, I'd love to hand it back over to you. I'd love to hear from you about your challenges, about your experiences. I'll do my best to answer all of those. Until next time, brand like a master, and I will see you in the next video.